Who don't know me, my name is Ralph Demicco. I was involved in the firearms business all of my conscious life, and half of my unconscious life, actually. 40 years and 7 months. I ran and worked for and ran Riley's Sports Shop, and I retired about 3 years ago. We'd like to give you a small abbreviated history of the New Hampshire Firearms Safety Coalition. New Hampshire Firearms Safety Coalition was formed some 22 years ago with the intention of bringing healthcare professionals together with gun people on a common ground of gun safety. The gun people looked at this and said, well, is this toxic or not? We decided if we keep the focus and the emphasis on gun safety, we're good. And it worked. We got funding from Sturm Ruger and Company to print brochures and so forth, and the whole effort was a good one. And then about 2009, I got a call from Elaine Frank, who was actually the inspiration behind the Firearms Safety Coalition, my longtime friend, and she said, hi, how are you? Oh, by the way, did you know that 3 people in the space of 6 days each bought a gun at your store and took their lives? I said, what was that? Some sort of a suicide pact? Some sort of a, what is this? She says, no, totally unrelated. They didn't know each other. They weren't even close in age, different geographical locations. It's just one of those statistical anomalies. So she said, what do you think we can do to do something about this? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Because my company, Riley's, always took a social responsibility outlook on gun sales. We never forced the clerks to sell guns. We always said to them, look, if you have a bad feeling about somebody, if you smell alcohol, excessive alcohol on them, if they're not acting correctly, if they don't possess enough gun knowledge, don't sell them a gun. It's simple as that. You're not making a commission on this stuff, shut down the sale. And over the years, we shut down an awful lot of sales. And it was the right thing to do, and it was the right thing to do for a lot of reasons. Number one, public image. The firearms community is always under scrutiny for doing things allegedly or perceived as wrong. Also, you look at the impact on families, on friends, and suicide is just not good for anybody. And so we had another common bond, and we conjured up a whole bunch of people from the firearms side, from the healthcare community side. One of the ground rules we had was we were not going to air our individual biases either for or against firearms. What we're going to concentrate on was simply suicide and how and what can we do to prevent it. And I will tell you, in the years since 2009, every one of our members has abided by that promise. We have never crossed over. I don't know where some of the people other than the firearms people are on the firearms issue, but it doesn't come up. And this is a good thing because it's a single focus philosophy, and that is prevention of suicide and education of people to help us prevent suicide. A very interesting note, for the last 18 years running in this country, according to the Uniform Crime Report, violent crime in this country has been decreasing, while firearms ownership has gone skyrocketing. But the one thing that has happened is, it seems as though suicide is also increasing at a rather dramatic rate, and especially in a state like New Hampshire. We don't know why, but we're here to try to provide some answers, and hopefully in the long term we can see some results. So after we got going a little bit, we created the Gun Shop Project. It was an effort by our committee to go around to gun stores, ask participation. We got about 48% of the storefront gun shops in the state of New Hampshire to display this poster together with suicide hotline cards. And this was our effort in getting gun store, point of sale people, the front line, so to speak, to be aware of people not either in distress or unsure of themselves, or all the little indicators that would tell a clerk or store manager that maybe we should defer this person to get some training or not buy a gun today. We're not psychologists, psychiatrists, none of that stuff. But what we can do, and I can tell you over the years, I've had some very dramatic experiences where I have intervened and shut down sales of people who are clearly in distress and should not have bought a gun. So it works. The next phase, as we are moving through and having these seemingly endless meetings, is to, we thought about how do we get, what component is missing in our effort? And what we came up with was this. The firearms training fraternity is a big one. It is getting bigger by the day. From 10 years ago, when I stood back and saw what was available for firearms training, till now is dramatic difference. There's all kinds of training going on, all kinds of trainers. And we said, it makes sense for a trainer to introduce the concept of suicide awareness to their students. Because, number one, for a lot of students, everything hinges on the word of a trainer. What you say to them really makes a difference. They will listen, they will walk away with that. So we came up with the idea with, why don't we create a video? Now, mind you, we have no funding. We don't accept funding from either side. So we kind of did this video out of donations from within our group. It is a pretty good production. The actors are professional actors. And the picture of the dog in it is my dog. We are going to, I'd like to show you the video. By the way, the Gun Shop project has been, Second Amendment Foundation has embraced it, as the Gun Owners of America has, National Shooting Sports Foundation has. The NRA has come up to one of our meetings, listened very intently, and thought it was a good idea, but I think where they're at is if they come up with an endorsement, it's got to be their idea, and I'm good with that. That's okay as long as they do something at some point in time. So it's gotten great acceptance around the country. I think there are 39 states currently that have some version of the Firearms Safety Coalition's suicide prevention effort. They do it in different ways. We have shared all of our stuff with them. We say, look, the spirit and intent of this thing is suicide prevention. Don't let it creep over to anti-firearms propaganda. And we're going nowhere with that concept. It's suicide prevention. That's the core. That's all it is. And they've stuck by it quite favorably. We're very happy about that. I'd like to
Suicide is a devastating event for any family to go through, regardless of the method used. So reducing suicide deaths is worth the undertaking. And if, as gun owners, we can reduce firearm suicides, then all the better. The majority of gun deaths in the U.S. are suicides, not criminal violence. As people who care about guns and gun rights, we can help bring those numbers down. How can lawful and responsible gun owners help? How can we make a difference?
Well, that was fun, yeah?
Yes.
Did you like the 686?
Oh, I loved it.
Cool, cool.
When's the last time you spoke to your brother?
Yesterday, we were talking about planning Mom and Dad's anniversary party.
How did he sound?
Okay. A little down, but it's hard to tell.
Let's see if we can take him out to supper. You know, get him out of the house.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about him.
Hey, Bob. Mary. You guys didn't have to stop by. Come on in.
How are you holding up?
She came by today when I was out to pick up some things. And she took Samson. Can you believe it? My dog? She took my dog.
Are you kidding me? You had Samson before you even met.
I know.
We were just about to go get a bite to eat. Why don't you join us? It would be good to get you out of here.
Yeah, let's get you out of the house for a while, man.
No, I just want to stay here, okay? Look, guys, I appreciate you coming, but I'm fine, really. You know, just go to dinner. I'm all set. I'm fine.
We have some time before we go, so maybe we just stay a while. Give you a chance to change your mind.
Recognizing someone may be at risk is the first step towards helping to prevent a potential tragedy. Putting time and distance between a suicidal person and a firearm just might save a life.
Hey, Stuart, so, we were thinking of getting Mary in 1911 in 9mm, and she really liked your Colt when we went shooting last summer. Do you think we can borrow your Colt? Just for about a week, you know, just so we can take it out to the range and see if it's what she likes. You still have it, right?
Yeah, I do.
Listen. We're worried about you. Do it for our sake. At least until the worst of this blows over.
Suicide deaths are terrible for everyone involved. Firearm suicides also hurt the cause of liberty when the numbers are used to justify more gun laws. Let's work together to reduce all suicides, especially the ones where a firearm may be used. Sometimes getting involved at a critical point during someone's despair may make the difference. You may think that a suicidal person without a gun will just find another way to die, but virtually anything they might substitute is less likely to kill them because guns are so quick and so effective. Other people may delay their attempt because suicidal feelings often come and go. The more time and distance you can put between a suicidal person and a gun, the better their odds of making it through alive. Who is best suited to address this issue? The government or responsible firearm owners? Who has the best chance of actually saving lives? Simple steps by friends and family that show you care sometimes save a life. For help and information 24/7, call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK.
That's our presentation. The message is fairly clear. We have them on thumb drives over in the basket. If you would like to take one, and included in your firearms instruction, you'd be doing a great service to your students and to anyone they might know that might have a problem.
truck tape.